Alright. Today, we're going to talk about the category of love. Can you feel the love in the air? Alright. We're gonna figure out how you're gonna master your love life tonight. And we're gonna go through the same exercises where we discover your current beliefs, we discover and we reset your blueprint. Then we are going to go into what you believe right now and what brought you to this point in that beautiful area. What is your highest vision? What do you need to believe to create this highest vision? Why you want it? Oh, and what action steps you need to take, or what principles or rules, or who you have to be to get closer and closer every day towards your highest vision. And we're gonna listen to some nice ass dinner music, romantic dinner music. So this is as romantic as possible. I could even make this more beautiful by lighting up a candle for us. And at the end I will also reveal my own category of love. I will read through that. Plus, we will write a letter to your future self, which is an exercise I learned from my mother. And it's the secret how she found someone that she is now in a loving, beautiful relationship for, I'm not sure, longer than 15 years. I think 16 years or so. But yeah, it's a relationship that is truly inspiring to me and truly beautiful, where they support each other and they are there for each other and they are a team through all the highs and lows. And she did write a letter to her future self as well, and just left it there, and wrote exactly what kind of relationship she wanted and what she felt like, and then just let it go. And she signed the date, like when she's gonna meet that person, in what month, and little quieter, please. Thank you. And in that day, the spark started. And the flame grew and grew. And it started to become a passionate love. This candle smells amazing, by the way. Alright, this is gonna be fun. Shall we dive into it? What shall we do first? The letter to the future? Nah, first we're gonna do the exercises. You feel ready? Alright. In the description below, you don't even have to sign up. I just chose to just give it like this. You will find a Drive folder where you can download the sheet Love Life Category .docs, and you download this right now. And this is your little worksheet for this day's video. You feel ready? I know. Yeah. I'm waiting for you to download it. That's what I'm doing right now. So go download that sheet. Get ready. Get your fingers ready to type, because we're diving into finding out how your life love, your life love, your love life is right now. Because love life is, for me, always the combination of your love life with yourself and the love life with your partner. Or maybe partners. I have friends who are polyamory. Yeah, so describe as the first exercise after you've downloaded it how your love life is right now. Don't see it better than it is, but also don't see it worse than it is. Don't do it. See what is beautiful about your love life right now? Where you got your resources. And then we're gonna sync it with our blueprint. But first, just write down whatever it is. But also don't make it better than it is. Be freaking hyper realistic where you are. You feel ready? Alright, you got that sheet downloaded? Alright, you're doing good. Fingers stretched? Maybe you just got a pen and a paper. Now, we are starting the first 2-minute timer. 2 minutes. And I'm sharing my screen with you. Ba-doom, 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 doom. There we go. Now, boom. Right. Wait, can I pause the music by clapping twice? I gotta test this. Sorry. No. That was just an accident. I'm doing the exercise with you in my head. You shouldn't do it in your head, by the way. You can also do that, of course. It's your life. Alrighty then. Boom. Now. What now? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about where you are right now? Are you truly happy with it? Well, right after everything you just wrote, ... And I love that. And feel it. Love where you are right now. Everything in your life brought you to this point. And just say, this is where I should be right now. So I can grow from there. So I can receive this message right now. Wherever you are. Maybe it's wow, beautiful. But we all have a blueprint how it should be right now. Where we should be. But in order to feel truly happy with this category, your blueprint has to match up with your reality. And I say, why wait to be happy with this category? Why not reset your blueprint so how it is, it's supposed to be. It should be. It's okay. I love it. And from that feeling of happiness, it's much easier to be inspired and to move forward into growth. And just have fun imagining how it could be. That is what I meant with think with your blueprint. Love it as it is. It should be that way right now. Alright. Now, let's think about, what do you believe about this category right now? What brought you to this point? Maybe you have some really powerful beliefs. What is love to you? If you would answer the question, love is like love is all about to find love, to have a great love. I have to. Just write down what comes to your mind in this next 2 minutes. What you believe about this category right now that brought you to this very point. Alright, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Right. Every time I started, the music stops. Ooh. All right, we are done. When I thought about this question, this song came into my mind. You may have already seen it. Where Bo Burnham says, "And love is a homeless guy searching for a treasure in the middle of the rain and finding a bag He says a bag of gold coins, and slowly finding out they are all filled with chocolate. And even though he's heartbroken, he can't complain because he was hungry in the first place. That is such a good one. But yeah, I feel love is also like an adventure where you invite people into your life. The invitational spirit is the most powerful thing. And I will talk about that after we finish the exercise and where I learned about this philosophy of invitation and how it changed my life and what book it was, even though that book is already in the title, so you may find it out pretty easily. Alright. What is your highest vision for this category? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to tap into life and feel and breathe and moan and as if you were already living your highest vision for this category? Yeah? If no one is around, just give it a good old moan like, oh my god. And now, next song. Yeah. I like this one. Really tap into it. Really tap into it. Already living your highest vision. You're already there. How does it feel? How do you look at each other? What does a great relationship define for you? A love relationship. Tap into that space. Breathe into your heart. And moan again. Why do I always start moaning when I think about it? Oh no. But that is exactly where you need to be. Are you ready? Alright, I will give you 3 minutes for this one, because it's an important one. 3, 2, 1. Get your fingers ready. Go. Alright. Did you guys know I once played actually the violin? Let's keep going. Why do you want this? I feel like there are different ways of responding to this. You could answer, why do you actually want this? Like, try to find reality. While at the same time, giving that highest vision, the deepness, and the connectedness to who you are and your emotions and your highest values, that will keep you connected to that highest vision on an emotional level. I just combined the two ways of answering it. Can you do it too? You have the job to write it down. I know, your job is harder, but it's your life. You're designing it. Doing a good job, man. Or woman. Or something in between. Whatever you define yourself as. Let's just talk about sexes, not genders. Alright? I'm saying. Life has gotten so complicated with genders, right? Love you all. You're connected to it? Alright. Think of a moment you felt love. You felt romantic love. You felt sexual love. you felt so deeply connected. Tap into that moment. Feel it. Breathe as if you were back there. Move your body like it. Yeah, now make it even stronger. You ready? Alright. Why? Why do you want to create this highest vision? 3, 2, 1. Right. Booyah. This is stressful. Better. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Are you ready for the next exercise? We're pretty much done, aren't we? Well, yeah. Last warn. First off, what action steps do you need to take to get there? Now it's your time to combine all of the philosophy and psychology and mystery and experience to get into you and be expressed into how to create this highest vision. You now know what you want, and you know why you want it, and you know what to believe to get there. Right? We talked about that one. I hope so. Well, now it's time to see where you are and to see where you want to be. To imagine the steps to get from there to D. The steps, the rules, the principles, the person you need to be to get there. Well, you can combine them all into steps because you need to develop them. What are the big steps? You ready? Well, I hope so. Because we are diving into the adventure with fear in our hearts, yet courage that is stronger than all the fear in the world that could hold us back. Let's go. I will give you 3 minutes. Pirate. Arr. Go. All right. 10 more seconds. Woo! Well done. I am Mickey Mouse. Hello. Okay. Let's look at this beautiful website down there. You will find it in the description of this very video. It's a beautiful, amazing website right there that you got there. Even Margaret says I love this. So, who can argue with Margaret? Can you? I didn't think so. So, let's get into it. Dear future me, here you can write a letter to your future self. We're gonna do that letter exercise in the digital age. And after either 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or on a specific date, like I did it to my 26th birthday, and you can write what kind of relationship you want to find. I used it to describe deeply about when I want and what I want and what kind of relationship I want and who I want to be in order to get there, and all kinds of stuff I just expressed to my future self when I'm 26. And that I want to find a partner then that I can actually build a life with and potentially get kids and so on. So that was pretty exciting, and it was such a beautiful, amazing exercise that just released me from the pressure that I have to find her right now, but also gave me something to kind of, in the back of my mind, look forward to, while also being unable to look the letter up all the time and reread it, because I just send it away. I don't have access to it at all. I can't look at it. I can look at it when I'm 26 again. And I just had to let go and see if that comes into my mind. And that was the idea behind what my mom did. She did write it on a letter and then put it into some kind of book that was important to her, and then just left it there, I think. I'm not exactly sure how she did it, but she put like a month in there when she wants to live this, but then put it away and never looked really at it. I wasn't fully convinced, to be honest, in the beginning, but then she told me that she told that exercise to a girlfriend. She also did it, met that partner, and everything was exactly how she described. Met her partner through this without trying, and I was like, well, if it doesn't hurt, why not do it as well? And yeah, because it lets you be able to let go while also carrying that intention and that knowingness in your subconscious. Alright, so the hardest thing for me was to figure out to what date I want to send it. If you don't know yet, just start writing when the timer starts, or you can also start beforehand, it's your life again. And then if you want to make it private, you make it private. If you want to make it public but anonymous, then it will come out on the website. You can actually read all the public letters over there, but no one knows who wrote it. I most of the time do it private. But it's fun to read the public letters, honestly, what people write to their future selves. Such a beautiful exercise to do at New Year's, or whenever you know that something new is starting. I wrote a letter to my future self that I got over there, printed out. And this is how it looks. The following is a blast from the past. Or it's an email from the past. Composed on July the 19th, 2019. It's being delivered from the past through futureme.org. Okay, Momo. Today is the first day in Sweden. It's in German. And I wrote my whole thing out, what I want to create. You see, this page, and then this page, and then even more. And you can take for this exercise as long as you want, and I do it quite often to write letters to my future self when I know something new is starting. And yeah, I'm excited for you to do this exercise. I will give you 3 minutes. Alright, if you really want 3 minutes and 30 seconds, 45. That's the max. And after that, you just click on send. Or if you are so much into it, you can keep writing. Do you feel ready? I know you are. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Write that letter to your future self. You got this. You ready? Put in your email address. Well, don't show your email address publicly online. And send to the future. That's how easy it is. Pretty much. Pretty nice. Alright. And I wrote a fun letter to myself. It's gonna bring a smile to me when I... Be quiet. When I come back home. Looking forward to that email. Alright. Did you do it? You feel ready? Now let's quickly talk about what I got on my poster right here. and also about the book Alabaster Girl. I love that book. That book, because I started, as you know, my whole personal development journey. Um, right after I decided that I will change my life, I will change schools, and then I also talked, and I will talk to the girl that I love. And let's make myself big, shall we? Test, test. Oh, I hope the audio and the video syncs up, because it doesn't. Right. Should we quickly test if the audio syncs up? Alright, I will quickly test it and then we will talk about Alabaster Girl. Come on. Let's think about it. What do you believe about this category? Alright, seems to sync up good enough. Okay. So, what I wanted to say is that I started this whole journey when my heart was broken, I guess, for the first time. And like the girl told me that she sees me more as a friend. The girl I was in love with for 6 years already. And back then, I had mapped out my emotions as I explained in my video, I think, happiness tools. And that's why I decided I will use this moment to create a life that I love, independent of anyone else. And but of course, I'm still a young man that just seeks love, and I just learned how much Tony Robbins' book helped me. And then, after a year or so, I heard about pickup, meaning, hey, one has the ability to go out there and talk to women proactively, and one can get better at it. Like, what? That is amazing. You can get better at this shit? That's good to know. And there are all kinds of teachers that teach you how to talk to girls and bring them into your life and maybe have a good time with them. Well, that's good. That's good. So I started watching all these videos and reading all these books and listening to and also watching other people and admiring other people because they could talk to girls and and just watching these. I also loved watching these prankster videos because I knew that this part is inside of me that could do this, but I couldn't yet. So, and I remember when I was the first time talking to a girl. Wow, those were watching especially. Like I was shaking even more than I always shake, and I was sweating. Like that sweat down there. That looked it looked good. And because I had so much fun learning about this topic, I had every theory in my head, but I didn't really get that many results, I would say, because it felt a little wrong. And I actually got results when I forgot about it sometimes. When I and I don't know, it felt like they're just going for a sex, and I wasn't even ready to have sex because I didn't feel ready to be a father, and I kind of, because, well, now I'm sharing something personal. Both my dads ran away after they impregnated their first woman, kind of, and left that woman to raise their sons on their own, mostly. And I will never never do that to my partner. And I knew if I had sex, there is the possibility that this happens. So I had to be ready, if that happens, to stay with that woman no matter what. Or to be at least there for my kid, no matter what. And yeah, so that's why I wasn't even ready for sex. But at the same time, of course, I wanted it. So that was really confusing. And I also was always a very romantic kind of person. And I got good at like getting numbers and dates and so on because I knew everything and I trained it. And I trained to just be more social in general, honestly. But what got all of this knowledge, maybe it didn't get it into my body, but what allowed me to be myself again, because I got to a point where I knew so much that I was all the time judging myself in my head, like, oh, to do this, like what you really should do is doing that and then that, and it became more of a strategy game than actually love, which is horrible, honestly. And the thing that allowed me to actually feel love for women again after being watching all these red pill videos and so on as well was this one book called Alabaster Girl, which is from this guy called San Perion. Uh, yeah, I was looking for the audio book and ebook for free, but you can look at these videos. This one is a really fun podcast where you can see San discussing the different chapters of the book. Oh, and I love this. That's how the book looks like. And it has this beautiful energy about it. And this invitational spirit. And you learn to connect with the romance and the love again. And you become, instead of a pickup artist, you become a romance artist. And this is San. I actually made a video once to him. He didn't respond. Where I wanted to help him promote his message because I really do believe it would be wonderful if that would be shared more. That's his girlfriend, by the way. And Alabaster Girl is this idea of the of of that girl. He wrote that poem. A man searches for the perfect tone, which is like the perfect rhythm, and the alabaster girl, something like that. And this poem he wrote when he was young. This is where the idea of the alabaster girl comes from. And first he wanted to write it. He was he was a person that lived basically in the woods, growing up in the woods. It kind of reminded me of this movie Captain Fantastic, and which is an amazing movie. Everyone should watch it. And then there is this one guy in Captain Fantastic even. Oh, this guy, you can see him right here. That realizes that he has no clue except of book knowledge about what it actually means to live, because and he realizes that when he proposes to a woman that he just met in like this really romantic way, but I feel like San was a little bit like him, and then he couldn't talk really to women, and went into the city and just went into bars, went into the field of women, how he calls it, and talked to them. Talked. No, not in the beginning. He didn't. He watched what happens. What are the dynamics going on in a bar in between men and women, and he realizes how the women send invitation and the men then accept them and give invitations out, and he instantly, when he goes into a bar, he knows who is with whom and who is interested in whom and where all the women and men, and what are the dynamics between them. And he just, I think, for 10 years he figured out how to be with women, and then he started writing his book. And in the beginning he started writing a non-fiction book, but it didn't feel completely right, so he rewrote the book as a story. And he thought he wanted to write it to men, but truly all the time he spent was with women. And he started to write the book for women, and not about women, but about beauty and women, because that's what we all love to talk about, men and women. And we all love to talk about women, don't we? And about, so this is maybe more for men, but also no, it's really about the dynamics between it. And he wrote this book as if he was like, it's 3 books in each other, where one layer is his description of moments with women. One layer, okay, the first layer is him driving in a train through the countryside and talking with an interviewer, a woman, about him supposedly being the character in the book. It's not him per se, but it's very much based off of him, as the greatest seducer. And he is called the greatest seducer in the book, and he talks about that as well. And or he's known as that. And then he talks with her about women and about his book called Alabaster Girl. In the book Alabaster Girl, meaning there's the second layer, which is basically, I think, a bunch of poems and so on that is about Alabaster, that is in the book Alabaster Girl. And then there's also him going into a memory where it's about a story or an experience he had with some woman and how he experienced that moment. And the beautiful thing about this book is that it connects you with your own moments of love and romance in your life. And it connects you with that energy behind everything he is writing. And it is this invitational energy and this beautiful, loving, romantic energy where you actually start dreaming of the other person, and that other person starts dreaming about you. And in the daytime when they close their eyes, or maybe even at night. And you fall in love with the feminine energy. Not particularly with one specific woman, but with the feminine energy through that book again. And also the play between the feminine and the masculine energy. Yeah, I would recommend that book in combination with the book. You got the free audiobook on YouTube for that one. It sounds really like a weird title. The Way of the Superior Man. It's an amazing book. And maybe if you got time after those two, David Deida, The Way of the Superior Man. This is the free audiobook version. Go, listen to it. It's amazing. You can listen on it as of Double S Street. You can download it from there. And then there's one other book, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, that I just thought about. That is also amazing. And if you're a man, the 4 archetypes, masculine archetypes, magician, lover, that's probably how it's called, magician, lover, warrior, and king. You don't have to actually read this book. Rather, I would recommend you to King archetype to watch this series from the channel called Stories of Old. Yeah, archetype of the king, magician, lover, and warrior. You will find them all. It's a beautifully made series. Just watch this series from the channel like Stories of Old. It's as good as the book, as well as there is this article from The Art of Manliness, which is also amazing, which dives deeply into those archetypes. Yeah, that's maybe even better if you want to truly understand it, and then you can go into introduction, boyhood archetypes, and so on. So you don't need to buy that book as well. All right. By the way, you can get the Alabaster Girl. You can buy that one not on Amazon, but here on asamurata.com you can get a free signed copy, but you do have to buy the shipping. But if you want to instantly get a signed copy, go for that one. There is no audiobook on this one. All right. So just to recommend those books, and the best way send Perion invitation to understand this philosophy in a quick way is maybe one of those videos. Yeah, just dive into it. But honestly, read the book. Oh, by the way, in order for you to have your email later on sent to yourself, you have to, of course, check that in your email inbox. Good that I just went through this. And here you can download everything, and also the first 6 days at least. I will update that soon. The resources. Yeah. All right. So, what else did I want to talk about? Psst. Be quiet. I wanted to read you at the end my love category. Hey, what is wrong here? Woo. Sorry. There has been a little hiccup, I would say. There we go. I will just read it to you. I think you can still... Oh! You didn't see anything that was happening on my screen. Well, alright then. What I went through really quickly was here. Follow this. Send Perion invitation. And Alabaster Girl, and I just showed the intro of this one. And The Way of the Superior Man audiobook, as well as this article from The Art of Manliness, and like Stories of Old, what makes a great king, warrior, magician, lover, and so on. Watch this series. Got it? Alright. This is of course more for men, but there is a version for women as well of this book. But not such a great article and video series, to be honest. So, I'm a man, so it's easier to do it from the man's perspective. But there is a book that I'm looking forward to listening to. For one, My Secret Garden. That is something a woman should listen to. And so they don't feel as guilty, I guess. And I haven't listened to it, to be honest, as well as this one. What Eastern women know, something like that. Yeah, I have this on my phone. Maybe that's also good for women, but honestly, don't ask me for that. Ask a girl that is truly connected with their femininity about good books to do that. and or research it for yourself. You will find great forums, I'm sure. Because it's really, really beautiful if you are. Well, we men love it, or at least I do. Let's read. Let's read through this. Let's get some good music going while we're doing it. And nope, not this one. Yes, perfect. This is, by the way, the Dinner Music Orchestra, and this song is called Dream. Love. What do I believe about this category? Love gives everything else magnified meaning. That means the positive becomes even more positive, as well as the negative becomes even more negative. It's someone to experience the beauty of the world with, meaning love, a love partner, to me is that. It makes life more beautiful and balanced. Well, at least more beautiful. And exciting, I would rather say, right now. Great relationships consists of or have total trust. No matter what, we are on the same team in a great relationship. Then secondly, in great relationships, we demonstrate our admiration and love for each other. We don't just say it, we demonstrate it through through our words, but also through our actions, the quality time, the 5 love languages, basically, which is also a great book. 5 love languages. You can also do the 5 love languages test if you haven't done it yet. Then fiery, sensual, and sexual passion. I think that's like trust and passion is like the must-haves. Then showing your love through actions. Oh, those are the love languages. Actions, words, touch, presence, and presence. What exactly do I want? Oh, I'm curious what I've written down there. Because it's not the same, quite exactly the same what I later wrote in my letter to my 26th birthday. I want a love relationship that inspires every other category. That inspires me every day to push all other categories, meaning to become a better person and to live an even more beautiful life, out of a desire for beauty and because it's freaking sexy, isn't it? Should be for my partner. I want to be drawn and seduced into a masterpiece of a life. Ooh, that sounds good. And I want to seduce her into a romantic, epic, and majestic life, inspiring each other to be our best, while feeling our best every step of the way. I want to love her and be loved by her, like nothing else. I want that romance will be our companion till we are dead. There is a great story I just thought about, where Tony asked like this old couple that couldn't stop touching each other but was already really, really old, how long they are together, and they were like 70 years or 60 years together. And she was like, oh, we try everything, and if we like it, we do it again. And they also said touching is really important. Lots of touching. That's yeah. Till we are dead. I want us to be the greatest team, seducing each other by building lives of loving legends. I want passionate, raw, and sensual sex. I always want us to explore new ways to excite each other every day And if we like it, we do it again. Oh, there is the story. I want us to touch and flirt with each other and other till we are ripe and die of old age, cuddling together. Oh my god, is that cute? Why do I want that? Because it will make everything, especially the journey through everything, the adventure itself, much more exciting, sexy, and beautiful. Because it's shared. Because it will let me be my loving, sensual, but wild ass self. It will set an example to my kids, because my relationship presents relationships for my kids, and be inspiring to others. But more importantly, it will be a cornerstone of a truly magnificent life that will bake us that will bake us both stronger and lighter and a little more crisp, that will make us two predators and forces of nature, creating beauty truly freaking unstoppable. Yet, it will keep us harmonious and loving. Arrgh! I'm getting excited just reading this. Okay, what do I gotta do to get there? Now, first off, what we did today. Who would be Mrs. Right? Define her clearly. Her character, her look, her style, her goals, her energy, her habits, her quirks, her musts and must-nots, and date when. I did that one with the letter, Then, that's what I'm working on it right now, is become Mr. Right. The perfect man for your perfect woman. Who am I willing to become to get the relationship I want? Ooh, do you feel that question? Oh, yeah. Number 3, go into the field of women. Go where they gather. Let's go yoga tomorrow. No, just go out into the world, Don't isolate yourself. Enjoy the presence of beautiful feminine energy. Number 4, put out invitations and accept beautiful invitations yourself. If you feel like, hey, this woman is smiling at me, looking at me, accept that invitation. Go approach and invite her to a conversation with you. And if you like each other, if you feel like you're vibing your invitations from each other, invite her out. Invite her deeper and deeper into your life. And even when you're kissing, you're just inviting for a kiss. Inviting to sex. And if you get rejected, it's okay. You can always invite her to something else or to that same thing, but on a later date. It's okay. It's truly okay. Alright. But put out more invitations. And accept more invitations. Make every woman know that you see them. If you want them to know that you see them. Compliment on her dress with your eyes. How it waves. Got it? Okay. Create a context in which we feel free to share feelings. Okay, if I'm with a woman, I want to create a context, a relationship frame where we feel absolutely free to share our true feelings, thoughts, fantasies, hurts, complaints, without the fear that one of the person is either condemn or attack or lecture or withdraw. Alright? Where we stay with each other through all this, through our authentic expression of ourselves. Number 6, choose carefully. Check her also logistically. Don't do it in the rush of an emotional high. Sex, emotions, and logistics just gotta fit together. Everything. Number 7, demonstrate. Momo, demonstrate your adoration, your love, daily, through the love languages. Excite each other. Find a way to excite her. Number 8, grow together. Constant and never-ending improvement means kanai. Towards your relationship vision that I will define together with her. I would love to have a partner that is also into personal development, that I can nerd out together. Man, that would be so beautiful. And we can always grow our relationship together and create and make our relationship vision real. Sounds good? Sounds good. Awesome. Well, that was the love category. Boast. Oh yeah. In this video I definitely tapped, especially while smelling this amazingly smelling candle, into the lover archetype. Research it if you want to. Alright. And now, gotta end the stream. See you tomorrow. Explore, enjoy, share.